Okay, hope everybody had a nice weekend. Today is August 9th, 2015, and everybody is getting ready to go back to trading tomorrow. In this video, we're going to take a look at some of the momentum stock. I haven't done that for quite a while, so I thought I'd go through and take a look at Facebook, Twitter, Apple, Google, Amazon, Netflix, and Tesla. So let's start off and looking at Facebook. Last week posted Facebook, and we talked about the bull flag that was trying to break out, and I guess everybody was looking at the same thing. And you can see on Tuesday, it just popped right up and shot up to somewhere around 98, and then kind of, we did a little bit of a reversal. And if we take a look at the 78-minute intraday chart, you can see this big, doji or shooting star type of a candle here within the first hour of trading. And you can see that it just sold off ever since after it peaked out here at, close to 98, 99 area. So we're basically looking for Facebook to maybe consolidate up here. I still believe, looking at the price action, that it's going to come back and try to tag this, $100 mark and try to break out, get up to this 127, 141 extension somewhere around this 103, 105 level. But it might do a little bit of a consolidation. It could even come down and tag this trend line here, which is sitting somewhere around the 50% retracement levels around that 92 area. So won't be surprised to see that come down and tag that level before we get a nice bounce back. But if it breaks through this 50% retracement level, then we probably will see Facebook come down and fill this gap here, and that will bring it down to somewhere around this 90.58, somewhere around in the mid, the 90.50 area. So those are some of the levels that we got to keep an eye on Facebook in the coming week. I believe Facebook is still one of the leading stock during this time of the market chop. So I would just kind of keep an eye on Facebook. Definitely we're not going to try to short it right now. So then looking at Apple, which is one of the loss leader, you can see Apple kind of falter recently, and it just cannot get it back above this 133 level. Okay, and then it on earnings, it just kind of get back down here. And we've been looking at this gap for quite a while. We got this small gap. It filled this small gap, wasn't able to bounce back, and now it came down and filled this gap. So we're going to see, can it get back above this 119.75? And if it cannot get above this 119.75, we'll see it, break below this 114. Then most likely we're going to see Apple come down and test this 105 and see what it could do when it get down to this major support level here. Okay, and then looking at Google, okay, we see Google got a nice pop on earning, and right now it seems to be pulling back to that 618 retracement level here. So if it cannot get back and bounce back up and take out this 713, then most likely you're going to come down and fill this gap here, which will fall through all this retracement zone on this Fibonacci retracement and come back down to retest this 606. But if it come down, and hold this 647 and then bounce back up to this 713, then there's a good possibility you could take out some of these, extension level 127 near this 760 or the 785. Might be a little bit stretch of getting up to this 161, at $820 level, but who knows, right? Anything is possible. So probably keep an eye on this 647 level on Google. Okay, if it could hold this 647, then we'll look at this 713. Okay, and then on Amazon, again, Amazon got a nice big reversal. Well, I guess for the bull, it wouldn't be a nice looking reversal, but for the bear, it is a nice looking reversal. You can see this reversal candle, and if we go and take a look at the intraday, you can see that it just kind of gapped up and kind of sold off ever since the open on that particular day, and kind of faded down to this 618 extension. 618 retracement at a 521. So it could hold this 521 and come back up and take out this 582. Then again, similarly to Google, then it could come up and take out these 127 and 141 extension somewhere between 622, 644 level. But if it cannot hold this 618, then the chances are it's going to come down and fill this gap and that will take out all the Fibonacci retracement zone here and come back down to somewhere around this 484 level at this 382. Okay, and if it cannot hold that level, then most likely it's going to come down and test that price channel, lower price channel trend line here, somewhere around this 475. Okay, so we just have to keep an eye on this 618, the 521 level. Okay, if it could bounce off this 521, then we'll keep an eye on this 580. If it cannot hold this 521, then there's a good possibility it's going to come down and test this 484 level here at the 382 extension. Okay, and then on Netflix, Netflix is one of the biggest surprise this earnings season, and you can see that it came up and pulled back at 50% retracement. And then it bounced off of that level and then went up to the 141 extension. So right now, if we go and we draw a Fibonacci retracement level based on this particular swing here, and you can see that it could come down to this 119.56 level, which would be the 618. And if we could hold that 618 level, then it could come back up and tag these 127, 141. Extension somewhere around the 136, 139, essentially 136, 140 level. So we're going to keep an eye on this 618, the 119.56. If it can't hold this 119.56, then there's a good chance it's going to come back down and retest this 113.50 area here. Okay. So the other one we're going to look at is Tesla. Okay, Tesla also seems to be pulling back. So if we look at this particular Fibonacci retracement here, it's pulling back to close to this 50% retracement here. Although it held a little bit on the 618, but it didn't really hold it for that long. The following day, it just gapped down. So right now, we'll probably keep an eye on this 234 level, because also again you can see that there was a little bit of a head and shoulder pattern. Right. Okay, so it booked that, and if we take a little bit of a major move here on what that head and shoulder pattern would do, if we take a look at the 80%, somewhere around near the 80%, so that will bring it down to somewhere around this 382 extension near the 221, 222 level, which is the 78.6 major move level here. So keep an eye on that level. If we can, we take the 246 and take it back up to the 286, and we'll probably look at this retracement for the price to come back down to somewhere around this 222, 221 level. Okay, and then finally, Twitter seems like it still cannot find a bottom yet. It's still kind of sliding down, and no matter how you look at it, it's basically just bottom fishing right now if you're trying to get it, because right now we still want to see some sort of capitulation for this thing to spike down, and essentially looking for a hammer-like type of candle, with huge volume. That way, that kind of gives us some indication that all the weekend or the people that holding for, on hope will finally give up and dump the share out, and I think that will be the low for this particular cycle for Twitter before it could try to get back up and maybe work its way back to this 38 level, or even get up to the 40 level. So right now we're basically looking at the possibility of maybe a continuation downward move to somewhere around this 25, 24 level, essentially this 141 extension. So it's not very encouraging on Twitter, so just have to be patient if you're a long-term investor, because right now there's not much of a catalyst for Twitter to do one thing or another, and it's just falling on its own weight because there's just no buyer. So good luck to you next week.